here the term itself is explaining what is it mean. Warehouse means storage area. What we are trying to store means a data. Data warehouse is basically a storage area. How much info, like what type of storage area means, it may be something like RDBMS, maybe a flat, maybe an XML, or maybe legacy system. Any one of these four storages can be treated in the form of data warehouse. So how much information will be storing under this particular storage area means used to hold large volume of data called as history and current data. So what you will do with this particular data means analysis, used to perform multi-dimensional analysis. Used to perform multi-dimensional analysis. What is the use of this particular analysis means? Used to make a better decision. So data warehouse is basically a storage area used to perform analysis for making a better decision. So if you want any decision is, first of all you have to study the existing information to understand exactly how the business is happening. After understanding the business, maybe you can come to a conclusion which is good, which is bad. Based on that, we can decide which is to do this particular activity or specify some particular activity by saying this is the better to perform in the next coming year or something like that. But to study the existing business, we need some information related to that. Maybe a 1 year data, maybe a 2 years data or something like that. So if the data is available, then only you can study it and you can understand it. To have data, first of all, we need to have some storage area. So data warehouse will help you to manage the data, a huge amount of data. So with the help of that, you start the analysis. After analysis, maybe you can make a better decision. So why you want to change to make the business to be more profitable? Like for example, just to understand what is the importance of decision making, how it will help the analysis part. Just we'll take a small example in such a way. For example, there is something called as a bank, which is consisting 50,000 account holders. For example, a bank is located in particular place, for example Chicago, or maybe I'll say like Y location. And for example, this bank is not providing any online services, and this bank doesn't have any branches. Only one is in Y location. It doesn't have any branches, it doesn't have online services. every customer has to come physically to the bank for their services to be done. Now, for example, 50,000 people, all these customers came to the bank on the same instance, on the same time period. Is it easy for providing services for them?
No.
It becomes difficult. So, maybe every customer has to wait for the long time because huge number of customers are there, and because of that some problems are coming up in the doing this service. So one of the employee went to the management and he gave a suggestion to the management. We rank 50,000 customers are there and we are unable to give a service for them properly. So please start a new branch so that it's easy. He gave a suggestion that please start a new branch. Management appreciated that employee for giving that advice. They told it's a very idea, we are ready to start the branch. But at the same time, they raised a small question. You tell me where to start the branch. Management is saying that it's a very good idea, we are ready to start, but tell me where to start. Now, where do you prefer? Like if you are an employee of that particular, for example, where do you, like for example, it is Chicago, where do you suggest?
I would say it locally.
Locally means, is there any planning for that or simply you are saying locally?
I don't know. I have any.
Okay. So usually when any question asked for that, so many answers may be there. So many answers.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pick up the appropriate one.
Okay.
So with the planning and without planning, like if you specify, without planning for this particular question means maybe you may say that nearby that area. Because you want to give the better services to the existing customer, so you are unable to give the services with this number of people at a time with this bank. That's the reason maybe you may say that please start a new branch nearby. That is one answer. But you have to find out whether it is a correct answer or not. If you say nearby, that may work, may not work. There is no guarantee that it will be successful. So we need a proper planning to decide which is the best place. What is the planning for this particular questionnaire means? Database records belonging to these 50,000 customers, identify the location belonging, and based on that decide it. Instead of saying nearby region, physically read these particular customer addresses, observe to which region they are belonging, and based on that decide which is the best place. So that is planning. Without planning means simply I can say nearby. That may work, may not work. If you go with the planning part, and if you say that as per the customers where they are located means, immediately the employer read this customer addresses and he mentioned these customers are belonging to 3 different regions, for example, like X, Y, and Z. These customers are belong to 3 different regions called as an XZ. Now, in X location, the number of customers located at X place is, for example, 10,000 customers. And Y location, the number of customers located are like 25,000. At Z location, 15,000 people are located. So when you read all the customers data, we came to know that at X location 10,000 customers are there, Y location 25,000 customers are there, and Z location 15,000 customers are there. we are planning to start a new branch
Mm-hmm.
without removing the existing office. Existing office will be there as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now there are two regions now we got for the X and Z based on these addresses. Now based on this information, where do you suggest?
Z,
What could be the reason?
because there are more number of customers residing in Z region.
Okay, so more number of customers. So how do you came to that more number of customers? By
By
comparing
by
at
comparison. Yeah.
yes. So this is called as comparative. So multi-dimensional analysis is nothing but comparative analysis. Comparative and historical analysis. So here we have performed something called as a comparative analysis. So based on this comparative analysis, we came to know that Z location is the best place. So we have compared something called as customers count. So based on this, Z location is the best place. Now management is saying that fine, we are ready to start the branch in the G location, not a problem. Whatever the investment is required, we'll keep the complete investment. But can you give me assurance that branch will be successful in that region? Is it possible to give the assurance like that?
It depends. I mean, depends on so many factors.
Yeah.
And you probably have to study the existing data, I guess, to determine what the future trend might be.
Yes. This information is not sufficient to tell this is the best place and this will be successful, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Why the management is asking like that means, for example, they are able to run that business for 3 months or 4 months. By the time they will be spending a lot of, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because they need a building, they need infrastructure in the building. Then when they recruit some resources, they ask a amount for them. So much expenditure will be there. But
Yeah.
for example, after 3 months or 4 months, they thought that the business is not running and they close the branch. So what the amount they spend there, can they get possible?
No.
Not possible. So the reason,
Mm-hmm.
the reason management is saying that maybe you are saying G is the best place, but this information is not sufficient for me to decide this is the best place. You
Mm-hmm.
tell me based on the revenue rather than customers. If the more income generated, will start the branch innovation, like that management specified.
Mm.
Okay. The employee, I gave this 50,000 customers data, 50,000 customers data, and he mentioned that in 2012, X location has generated, for example, $4 million, for example, and we are not making any changes at the Y location. That office will be there as it is, so I'm not giving that value. Directly I'm giving the Z location data. So G location has generated an amount about, for example, 3,999,900. Now, based on this, where do you suggest?
Well, that's pretty close to 4 million. So,
Yes.
so given that the revenue generation is almost identical and the number of customers in Z location are more, I would still stick with Z.
Okay. So here also you have performed something called as in comparative analysis. So when you perform a comparative analysis, maybe we may say that X location is the having more number of customers or more number of revenue. So you may say that start the branch in X location. At the same time, if you observe how much difference is there, means only $100.
Right,
Talk about $400 is a negligible.
right.
So when you say it is a negligible, that means already you have decided that G is the best place because it's having more number of customers. So you may still stick on to the Z location.
Mhm.
You may still stick on to the location. So if you are going based on the revenue wise comparison, at present actually it is a negligible comparison. So you are still sticking on to the G place. Now management is saying that I will look the same data in another way. I will look the same data in another way. What is that means? Management is saying that 10,000 people generated 4 millions and 15,000 people also generated 4 millions for time being. 15,000 people have generated 4 millions.
Mm-hmm.
10,000 people generate 4 millions on one side and another side 15,000 people generated 4 millions.
Mm-hmm.
So X location it is like less number of customers, more revenue.
More
On G
revenue.
location, more number of customers, less revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Now which is the better one?
Yeah, from that angle, X is a better location.
So how we are looking the data based on that answer will be changing, isn't it?
Right.
So customer cost plus revenue if you take at a time, then X location is the best place.
Mm-hmm.
So how you are looking the data based on that answer will be changing. Now management is said actually told best place. Now we are saying X is the best place.
Mm-hmm.
If answer is changed in such a way, if it is changing, how can I believe this? Based on this, if I start my business, it is a problem. So this information is not sufficient for me to decide which is the best. And immediately they told that show me the consistency in the business. If every year business happens in the same way at X location, maybe we'll start the branch. So immediately employee read this 50,000 customers data, read all this 50,000 customers data, and he mentioned in 2011 which what is the X location has generated 3 millions like 3.5 millions for example.
Mm-hmm.
They are generated 3.5 millions, but whereas Z location customers, and because of G location customers, the revenue generated is, for example, only $500,000,
Mm-hmm.
for example. Now, this is
X.
X. You perform the comparison and you are specifying that X is the best place. Why? Because more income. If you compare only revenue, X is the place. To compare two fields also, like count of transactions, even that aspect also, X location is the best place because the less number of people, more income.
Right.
And many consistency, even as per the consistency also, X location is the best place. Here consistency means here you have done something called as you have checked the revenue, you have verified the revenue between the two time periods of the same and this is called as historical analysis. It is called as an historical analysis. So here you have compared the data based on time period. Based on the time period, if you take the comparison in this, like you have compared of customers plus revenue plus a time period. So it shows me consistency in the X location because almost same type of amount generated. Whereas in Z location, lot of difference is there. That means consistency is not there at the Z location. So say that still X is the best place as per this particular comparison also. But management is saying, I will look this data in another way. I will look at it in another way. What is that means? What is the growth in 1 year in X location? The growth
500,000.
500,000. Whereas in Z location?
In Z location it's almost
If you consider the previous one,
3.5 million, yeah.
4 million, 3.5 million is the growth, isn't it?
Right.
Now, maintaining same business is better, improving business is better. Which one is good?
Improving business is better.
Improving business is better. That means if you compare the fields like customers count plus revenue plus time period plus growth rate. In this particular aspect, which one is good means Z location is the best place because good improvement is the 3.5 million improvement is there in the Z location, whereas in X location only $500,000 improvement is there. So if you consider the growth, Z location is the best, isn't it? So again answer is changed from X to Z location.
So all these aspects such as customer count, revenue, time, are these referred to as dimensions?
What you are saying?
These particular things that you mentioned, aspects such as customer count, revenue, time, and growth rate, are they considered dimensions in a data warehouse?
In less, like revenue basically goes as per the fact table, and customer basically comes under dimension, time period comes under dimension. So that means already are aware of data rows. So you are talking about dimension and fact now.
Right. I mean, I just kind of have a very high level picture of data warehouse. I've never read to those one.
Okay. Now this X location, like usually in the business, the improvement growth should be there, but growth means it should form of step by step. The improvement should be there in the form of step by step. But here geolocation, the growth, what it is showing me as 90 degrees, a vertical growth, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Usually in the business, vertical growth will not be considered. Like you take a stock market,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 10,000 points raised in a stock market. Definitely on the next day that points will fall, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So usually in the business, vertical growth will not be considered. If I say like that, again answer will be changing to X location, isn't it?
Yes.
Since even this information is not sent to decide which is the best place. So management is asking, with the 2 years or with 1 year, we cannot tell the consistency in the business. So you show me as the data belongs to 2010, 2009, maybe 2008. Like maybe for 5 years or 6 years, show me the data based on that you do best place.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. So here we have 3 to 4 points. Based on that, we are trying to decide which is the best place. Now by seeing this, can you say that analysis is very easy to perform?
No, I don't think so.
It becomes very difficult.
Right.
If you take a wrong decision or wrong conclusion by saying that G is the best place or X is the best place, maybe it is a wrong decision, for example, what happens?
Yeah, it has big implications in terms of investment for the bank.
So the branch will be closed. Branch
Right.
is closed means that investment, what you kept there, that is lost.
Right.
Fine. So you like basically any person, any management, first business, they'll start the business with the amount what they're having from their pocket. From second business onward, they'll try to do business based on the aid in the another business, isn't it? What is an investment or what is the funds you got from the customers at the Y location, that means by the customers in the main office, that amount you have spent it to start a branch in the G location, something happened. G is closed.
Right.
Now if all the customers of the bank came to the bank and they're saying that give my money back, bank will be in position to return it.
Mm-hmm.
So if the G location goes, the complete amount by taking from Y location means the bank will not be in position to return it. That
Right.
means even head office also will be closed now.
Right.
So if anything happens wrong, the complete business will collapse.
Right.
So management cannot take the decision just like that. They
Mm-hmm.
need a proper strategy, proper planning,
Mm-hmm.
study carefully, understand it, and based on that we have to come to a conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are talking about only 3 or 4 points, but actually here we have started a branch in G or X location means you are sharing the business. Expenditure is increased, but revenue is same, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So you should not be like that. So you have to think about not only for existing customers, you have to think about new customers also. So that means if you think about new customers, then you have to think about a lot of other parameters. How to grab the new customers into that particular location or to that particular bank. For that, we need to have a lot of other strategies. With 3 to 4 points itself, it is becoming difficult. And if you take the parameters belonging to the new customer, the comparison becomes very, very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But still, we need to do all these things to improve the business. Now, if the data is increasing tremendously like this, the analysis becomes very difficult. So I need a system which help me to do this analysis in the faster way. So first of all, if I want to make any decision means, I need to have something called as a conclusion, which is good. How do you come to a conclusion based on analysis? So how can you analysis? For that we need reports or maybe a charts. So what is there in the report and chart? Data. So if you want to have a data means we need to have something called as a storage area. So data warehouse is a storage area used to perform analysis, making decision. But if you observe under these things, which words are more suitable to your data warehouse terminology? Data warehouse, does it give any decision? Data warehouse, does it give any decision? No.
No.
Data warehouse will not give any decision at all.
No.
Data warehouse, does it give any conclusion?
No.
No. Data warehouse, does it give analysis? Does it perform analysis?
No.
No. That means these three terms are not at all belonging to, or they will not suitable to perform anything like analysis task. So these things has to be done by human being. A person has to. Then data warehouse, does it give any report?
No, it has to be generated.
So data warehouse will not give any report, but data warehouse is a reporting process. Data reporting is like whenever you need a reporting, we need the data warehouse. So data warehouse will help you to make the reporting to be more faster. So data warehouse is required for reporting purpose, but it will not give any report. Actually, data warehouse, does it gives any? Does it stores any data?
Yes.
For general talk purpose, as a layman definition or general talk purpose, we'll say that data warehouse will store the data, like what I gave in the previous step also. Like it is a storage area, something I told. There is a general scenario, but strictly speaking, data warehouse will not store any data. Data warehouse will not store any data. It tells how to store the data. Data warehouse tells store the data. So that means if it is not storing the data means indirectly we can say it is not a storage area. So data warehouse is basically matching it only with the two terms. What is data, and the warehouse will help you to manage the data in a better way. Because of that, reporting becomes more faster. So data warehouse is required only if you are having a bulk amount of data. That means maybe if you are having a millions of records of data, then we need data warehouse. If you are having a 10 records or 1 lakh records or something like that, then no need of warehouse. So data warehouse basically is how to do the data. Like for example, there is something called some concept called as a flat file. With a flat file also we can store some data, isn't it?
Mhm.
For example, I'm called as first record, second something like this, and it is there up to 1000 records, for example. Now, it is one type of storage, but to the next to this type of storage, mostly we'll be switching to something called as database. In the database, you'll be creating something called as a table. Within the table, we are trying to store the data. Maybe in the form of rows and columns. Which is able to use among these two types of storages?
I would say the tables, the database.
Database. Why? What could be the reason?
Because you can establish relationships easily between tables.
Okay.
So that certainly helps. You can query the tables using SQL to retrieve data from the tables. So
Okay.
that's why you would want your data in tables as opposed to a flat file.
So your flat file will support all CRUD operations. You can create a record, we can read a record, we can delete a record. Even on to database also, I can perform all these CRUD operations. I can create a record, I can read a record, I can update a record, I can delete. I can do this. But reading becomes more faster in the database when you compare with flat file, isn't it?
Yes.
So what is the concept is helping you to read the data in the faster way? Which concept of database is helping you to read the data in faster way?
The relational aspect.
Okay, but main thing is indexing.
Right, correct.
Indexing will help you to read the data in the faster way, whereas that type of concept is not there in a flat file.
Right.
So, in the modern world, you are switching from flat file to database for easy retrieval purpose. Reporting is nothing but reading, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you want to have a better reporting in the faster way, we are switching to database. Fine. But for example, in a flat file, I'm having only one record. Because of the business, maybe we got only one record into this particular flat file, for example. Is it necessary to switch to database?
No, I don't think it is necessary.
So if you're having only one record, then no need of flat file. If you're having some number of records, then it is advisable to switch database.
Right.
If you're having only one record, no need. Unnecessarily, it is a cost.
Right.
So here, for this it is no need. Same way, when you come to the database, it is number of records are increased step by step. Number of records are increased in this form. And it's gone up to, for example, $500 million records, for example. The number of records are reached to this number of records. Database will support you to read this number of records with the same speed?
No.
So your indexing may not be sufficient to read this number of records, isn't it?
Right.
So I need to look for some other better concept where I can read the data faster, isn't it?
Yes.
So we are implementing another concept called as, another type of scenario called as data warehouse. Now this data, like if you're having this number of records, better to switch for data warehouse, so the reading becomes more faster. Like how the database is helping to read the data the faster with the help of something called as an indexing, data warehouse also will help you to read the data in the faster way with set of specifications. So data warehouse design some its own type of characteristics are there, and because of that reading becomes more faster even though you're having 500 million records. For example, I'm having only 10,000 records are there, or 1,000 records are there. Then if you want to switch it for data warehouse, no use. For 1,000 records purpose, if you want to switch it to data warehouse means no need. Because database itself is so much faster for that, for 1,000 records. So no need to switch for data warehouse. Data warehouse is required only if you're having more number of records.
Yeah.
So how the database is making the system to more faster, same way data warehouse will help you to read the data the faster. Now first of all, like if it's, what is database first of all?
Database is a, you can think of it as a place where data organized in nodes, and it helps you query that data.
Okay, fine. You are saying it used to manage the data. Fine.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Next one, like, is it a storage area?
Yes. Yeah, it is strictly. It is essentially a storage area.
Sure.
Well, you have to think of the two aspects. Like one is the logical design of the database, and one is the physical aspect that actually deals with the storage, like storage on hard disk. So, I mean, at least that's my concept of it.
That's what. So first aspect is you manage the data. So it is managing means data is somewhere else. So like logical system storage, if you take it up, it is in physical drive in the hard disk.
Right.
Hard disk means basically a file only.
Yeah.
We are treating in the form of tables, but strictly speaking will be stored in a flat file only.
Right.
Even though you are saying it's a database, basically it is a flat file. On a flat file, principles are added called as database layer, and with the help of this database layer, maybe you're reading the data, maybe you're writing the data. Strictly speaking, internally it is a file only. Like for example, when you're adding the record step by step, sometimes you'll get a message by saying table says this is not sufficient.
Right.
So what you'll do when you get the error?
You will increase the table space.
For what?
For the table.
So?
Meaning you are allocating more disk space.
Yes.
So that's it. The raw data file can then accommodate the extra data.
Yes. For the raw data file, you'll increase the space for the raw data file.
Right.
That means it says that the data is physically stored in a flat file only. Maybe you are viewing the data in the form of tables, but strictly speaking, internally it is stored in a flat file.
Correct.
then it is able to read with the help of something called as a database layer.
Right.
Database layer is helping you to read the data from that file in the faster way. What is that layer? Maybe it is providing some form called as an indexing, maybe other types of principles. And with the help of that, you are able to read the data in the better way.
Okay.
Now, if you're having a records called as in 50 or maybe 500 million records, this concept is not help you to read the data in the faster way. So, a data warehouse layer on above this to read the data faster way. Implement data warehouse layer. So if you're having only one record, no need to switch to database. If you're having a 500 million records, database becomes low, so switch it to some other house. So what is the data warehouse means? Basically, it is a layer or it is a concept implemented on some other storage.
I see.
Like how the database is implemented on another storage. Like database is basically a concept implemented on a flat file, isn't it?
Yes.
Same way, data warehouse layer is also a concept implemented on storage.
I see.
That's the reason initially I told that storage can be any one of RDBMS, flat file or something like this.
I see. Okay. Okay.
So here in this first definition, there are two things are there. One is a logical thing and one other is a physical thing. So first of all, I gave an answer by saying there is a storage area, but strictly speaking, it is an invalid. Strictly speaking, it is not a storage area.
Right.
It tells how to store the data. Where in any one of storages like RDBMS, flat file or XML or legacy systems. Data warehouse is basically a concept which tells how to manage the data. So it is the second definition. Data warehouse is a concept which tells how to manage the data. For making reporting to be faster. So what are the necessary steps to be taken to make the reporting to be more faster? That specification is given with the help of data warehouse. Okay? So data warehouse is a concept which tells how to manage the data. So what is that concept means? It talks about 4 types of principles. Subject oriented, non-volatile, and time variant. These are the data warehouse principles. Data tells about these 4 principles, and if you observe these 4 principles, they are related to storage. How to store the data, these specifications are telling. Complete subject information should be located in one area. It should have a capability to integrate different operational systems data. Data should not allow to make any changes. And data should have a time-related field to identify which is history, which is current. So all these 4 points are related to storage. So data warehouse is a how to store the data or how to manage the data. Already database is specifying that. Then why you need this means database is respect to a limited data, maybe 1 million records or 2 million records. If you rank a 500 million record, database will not be sufficient to read the data in the faster way. In that particular areas, we are implementing data warehouse. So where you rank a bulk amount of data, in those places only you implement data route to make the data to be read in faster way. Once you read the data in the faster way means analysis becomes easy, and because of that conclusion becomes very easily, you can take it up, and based on that decision making becomes very simple.
Mm.
Simple means within the less time. What I mean to say is data warehouse will help you to make the decision the faster way. So
Yeah.
data warehouse can be called as decision support system or decision making system. It will not store data, it tells how to store the data. It says that you store the data in the form of dimension, you store the data in the form of fact, something like this. So it is a
Mm.
concept basically. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
in the life cycle, we'll come across something called as an OLTP and OLAP. So actually the warehouse is where is implemented in the data like in that. What is the difference between OLTP and OLAP? But that particular part will make it up in the next session. For today, we'll close it here. Okay.
Okay.
So before closing, any queries from your side?
Uh, I just wanted to know what this OBIEE is basically.
It is a reporting tool.
It's a reporting tool. Okay.
Yes.
So does it come into play after the ETL process is done, or does it also do ETL itself?
No, it is nowhere included to the ETL.
Okay. So it is strictly for reporting purposes.
Yes.
Okay. So
Like
that means it will be reporting off of a data warehouse, I would think, right?
yes.
Okay.
So it starts with the business application,
Mm-hmm.
and their data will be stored in OLTP. So OLTP is some storage area. It may be a database or a flat file or anything where the data is stored belonging to the business system. But this business system is not suitable to perform analysis because it follows as per the specifications belonging to the business side. You can't perform analysis from the OLTP. If you do like that, the business will be affected. So without disturbing the business, if you want to do the analysis means we need a separate storage area called as an OLAP. For that purpose, we will be creating as an OLAP, some storage area. Now, to perform this analysis, fine, you need a customer's data. So how do you get the customer's data means from OLTP, we need to copy the data to OLAP done by your ETL software. So in the OLAP, the complete data is available now, and that data should be given in the form of report. So if you want to give in the form of reports, we need something called as a reporting software. So with the help of reporting software, we'll read the data from OLAP and we'll give it to the report process as a chart or something. Here, ETL reporting, maybe you can go with something called as an OBIW, maybe Cognos, maybe Pivo, maybe Hyperion, any one of these tools. Not go with the tool only, you can write with ordinary programming also. So that is this tools read data from OLAP. So OLAP is nothing but warehouse, data warehouse. OLAP has implemented all these 4 principles. These principles are implemented in the OLAP system. So OLAP is nothing but a data warehouse from where your reporting tool will read the data. And ETL software will write the data into OLAP system. So maybe ETL tools means it may be something like this: Informatica, data stage,
Mhm.
something in ODI,
Mhm.
something like this. So data of project means you'll have ETL will be there as well as reporting will be there, but two different teams will be doing this. And don't consider reporting tool will read data only from OLAP.
Mhm.
Reporting tools will also have a capability to read the data from OLTP also.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
They can read data even from OLTP also. It is possible.
Mhm.
Okay?
No.
This, all these set of things we'll discuss in the next session.
Okay.
Okay? So we'll meet tomorrow, same time. Okay?
All right.
Right then, bye.
Bye.